Hey there, DIY enthusiasts! Let's talk about keeping your Daikin iSmile CTKM air conditioner clean. It's important, you guys. A clean AC runs more efficiently. That means it saves you money on your energy bill. Plus, it provides cleaner air for you and your family to breathe. Who doesn't love that? We're going to walk through this cleaning process together, step by step. Don't worry, it's easier than you think. I promise. By the end, you'll be a regular air conditioner cleaning pro. Let's get started. Before we get our hands dirty, let's gather everything we need. Having all your supplies ready makes the cleaning process smoother. Trust me, I've learned this from experience renovating houses. Here's your checklist. A screwdriver. Check your AC manual to see what type you need. Soft cloths or rags. A bucket filled with warm soapy water. A mild all-purpose cleaner. Avoid harsh chemicals. A vacuum cleaner with a brush attachment. And a spray bottle. Optional. Got everything? Great. Now let's move on to some important safety tips. Okay, before we start taking things apart, let's talk about safety. Your safety is the most important thing. First things first, unplug your AC unit. You don't want any electrical surprises while you're cleaning. Next, put on some comfy clothes that you don't mind getting a little dirty. It's cleaning time. Now that we've covered safety, let's move on to opening up your AC unit. Alright, let's get down to business. Every AC unit is different, so check your Daikin iSmile CTKM manual for specific instructions. It'll show you where all the screws and panels are located. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. Use your screwdriver to remove the screws holding the outer casing in place. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Once the screws are out, carefully lift off the outer casing. Set it aside for now. Now take a peek inside. See? You're doing great. Section 5. Time to tackle the blower. The blower is like the heart of your AC unit, circulating cool air throughout your home. It's also a dust magnet. We need to give it some love. First, ensure the power is off to avoid any electrical hazards. Refer to your iSmile CTKM manual for specific instructions on your model. You might need to disconnect some wires, so pay close attention to how they're connected. Take a picture with your phone if that helps. First, dismantle the front cover. This is usually held in place by a few screws or clips. Carefully remove these and set the cover aside. Next, remove the drain pan screws. These screws are typically located at the bottom of the unit. Use a screwdriver to carefully remove them, then pull down the drain pan. Be gentle to avoid damaging any components. After that, remove the evaporator screws. These are usually found near the top of the unit. Carefully unscrew them and set them aside. Next, push up the evaporator coil. This will give you access to the blower wheel. Push up the blower wheel to remove the bearing housing. This might require a bit of force, so be prepared. Finally, pull out the blower wheel. This is the last step in dismantling the blower assembly. Now that you have the blower wheel out, it's time to clean it. Use a soft brush or cloth to remove any dust and debris. Inspect the blower wheel for any signs of wear or damage. If you notice any issues, it might be time to replace the wheel. Once the blower wheel is clean and inspected, it's time to reassemble the unit. Start by placing the blower wheel back into its housing. Secure the blower wheel by pushing it down into place. Make sure it's properly aligned and seated. Next, push the evaporator coil back down. Ensure it's properly aligned and secure it with the screws you removed earlier. Reattach the drain pan by pushing it back up into place. Secure it with the screws you removed earlier. Finally, reattach the front cover. Make sure it's properly aligned and secure it with the screws or clips you removed earlier. Once everything is reassembled, turn the power back on and test the unit to ensure it's working properly. Follow these steps and your blower will be as good as new. Happy cleaning! Let's dive deeper into each step to ensure you have a thorough understanding. Gather all necessary tools before starting. This includes screwdrivers, a soft brush, a cloth, and your phone for taking reference pictures. Having the right tools on hand will make the process smoother and more efficient. Step 1, as mentioned, is to ensure the power is off. Locate the power switch or circuit breaker for your AC unit and turn it off. Double check to make sure there is no power running to the unit. Safety first. Always verify that the power is completely off before proceeding. Next, refer to your iSmile CTKM manual. Each model may have slight variations, so it's crucial to follow the specific instructions for your unit. Now, let's dismantle the front cover. Identify the screws or clips holding the cover in place. These are usually located around the edges of the cover. Use your screwdriver to carefully remove these screws or clips. Keep them in a safe place as you'll need them for reassembly. Once all screws or clips are removed, gently lift off the front cover and set it aside. Be cautious not to damage any components. Next, locate the drain pan screws. These are typically found at the bottom of the unit. Use your screwdriver to carefully remove the drain pan screws. Again, keep these screws in a safe place for reassembly. Gently pull down the drain pan. Be mindful of any connected components and avoid applying too much force. Inspect the drain pan for any signs of damage or blockage. Clean it if necessary before setting it aside. Now let's move on to the evaporator screws. These are usually located near the top of the unit. Carefully remove the evaporator screws with your screwdriver. Keep these screws safe for later use. Push up the evaporator coil to gain access to the blower wheel. This step may require a bit of effort, so be prepared. Ensure the evaporator coil is securely positioned to avoid any accidental dislodging during the process. Next, push up the blower wheel to remove the bearing housing. This might require a bit of force, so be prepared. Carefully remove the bearing housing and set it aside. This will allow you to pull out the blower wheel. Finally, pull out the blower wheel. This is the last step in dismantling the blower assembly. Now that you have the blower wheel out, it's time to clean it. Use a soft brush or cloth to remove any dust and debris. Inspect the blower wheel for any signs of wear or damage. If you notice any issues, it might be time to replace the wheel. Once the blower wheel is clean and inspected, it's time to reassemble the unit. Start by placing the blower wheel back into its housing. Secure the blower wheel by pushing it down into place. Make sure it's properly aligned and seated. Next, push the evaporator coil back down. Ensure it's properly aligned and secure it with the screws you removed earlier. Reattach the drain pan by pushing it back up into place. Secure it with the screws you removed earlier. Finally, reattach the front cover. Make sure it's properly aligned and secure it with the screws or clips you removed earlier. Once everything is reassembled, turn the power back on and test the unit to ensure it's working properly. Follow these steps, and your blower will be as good as new. Happy cleaning! Section 6. Scrub-a-dub-dub. Giving everything a good clean. Now comes the satisfying part, cleaning all the grime and dust. Take your soft cloth and soapy water and gently wipe down the outer casing, the blower, and any other removable parts. Avoid getting the electrical components wet. For stubborn dirt, you can use a mild all-purpose cleaner. Just make sure it's safe for your AC unit. Check the label. For all those nooks and crannies, use your vacuum cleaner with the brush attachment. It's like magic. Let everything air dry completely before putting it all back together. We don't want any accidental waterworks. Section 7. Putting Humpty Dumpty back together again. Remember how we took pictures of the wiring? Now's the time to use them. Carefully reconnect any wires you disconnected and reattach the blower to the unit. Make sure everything is secure. Now, carefully align the outer casing and reattach it using the screws you removed earlier. Don't over-tighten them. Gentle does it. You're almost done. Pat yourself on the back. Section 8. Keeping your AC in tip-top shape. Woohoo! You did it! You successfully cleaned your Daikin iSmile CTKM air conditioner. Now let's keep it that way. Aim to clean your AC unit every few months, or more often if you live in a dusty or humid environment. A little maintenance goes a long way. Remember, a clean AC is a happy AC, and a happy AC means a happy you. Section 9. Troubleshooting tips from yours truly. Even with regular cleaning, AC units can sometimes throw a curveball. Don't worry, I'm here to help. If your AC isn't working properly, here are a few things to check. Is it plugged in? Sounds silly, but it happens. Is the thermostat set correctly? Make sure it's on cool mode and the temperature is set lower than the room temperature. Are the air filters clean? Dirty air filters can restrict airflow and cause your AC to work harder. Replace them regularly. Is the AC unit getting enough airflow? Make sure there's nothing blocking the airflow around the unit, both inside and outside your home. If you've checked all these things and your AC is still giving you trouble, it's best to call in a professional. They can diagnose the problem and get your AC back up and running in no time. Remember, safety first. Don't attempt to fix anything yourself if you're not comfortable doing so. Leave it to the pros. Stay cool, everyone.